So this will need to do some fact checking,
Okay.
but I've heard that the logo of Amazon is moving from A to Z. Because if the smile is happening, the words are A to Z.
Okay.
Yeah, and that movement, as what we have done with Tangible, wouldn't be possible without certain partners
Yeah.
that we have. So we have partners in the space of banking and the financial sector. We have partners in the space of agriculture.
Yeah.
And of course, we have partners in the space of technology. And Amazon has played a big, big part of what we've
Absolutely.
done over the years, internationally and locally. And to speak on the impact that they've seen through Tangible, we'd like to welcome up Nomzamo to come and chat to us about what she thinks about Tangible. And she's right here. Can we put our hands together,
Yes, please.
for Nomzamo Xaba?
Xaba, there we go.
Good evening and welcome to our building, a very beautiful building that we launched last year. My name is Nomzamo Xaba and I'm responsible for our transformation programs for AWS as well as our data centers. Okay, sorry, I'm slightly blind, so please do bear with me. So in terms of the origins of this program with Tangible Africa, this started before we met Tangible Africa, actually. About 5 years ago, when I joined AWS in 2020, there were conversations behind the scenes around the building or the moving of AWS to a different location. And I'm sure many of you heard the rumors that AWS is going to move to a new location. Some of those rumors were not very nice, but effectively 4 years later we did move. And that 4 years later was last year. And at the very beginning, I was tasked with a project, and it was called the Think Big Space, or the STEAM Lab. And when this was given to me as a task, it was kind of like, it's going to happen 4 years from now, and so we don't really need to think about it too hard. We had a number of wild and wonderful ideas of what we wanted it to do, but we weren't really committed to what it would be. Come November last year, the facilities team comes to me and says, hey, your Think Big Space is ready. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? And we needed to launch it. And Ryan and his team comes along and we're thinking, what do we actually want to do? What should the space be? Because we have to be intentional. And if you meet me, you'll know that I'm very strategic and very intentional. I don't do anything unless there's a long game at play. And so we then sat with Ryan and strategized to say, how are we going to use it? The one thing I didn't want to see is to have kids taken out of school so they can come to a nice space, so they can ooh and ah and walk away and learn nothing. And so with Tangible, the most important thing was that we were going to use teachers as multipliers, because what we wanted to do is to effectively teach the teachers how to code, teach the teachers how to implement and teach mathematics better. The purpose of this program was to demystify mathematics education for young people in the country. So we set a target. I said to Ryan, I want 10,000 learners to be confident about mathematics. And Ryan said, yeah, we can do it. It doesn't sound difficult. And I can tell you that today, the numbers that Ryan has given me is 17,000 and more. That's how many we have impacted. Okay. What we want to see is that we must reach more over time. And for me, that's important because as the future of the world changes, young people are going to continue saying, especially from the underserved and under-resourced communities, they're going to continue saying they want to be lawyers and doctors and teachers and nurses. And this is because their proximity to success looks like that. So what we want to continue to say to them is, great, wonderful, but how are you going to use technology to impact that career choice? If you say doctor, tell me how that's going to be impacted by robotics. If you say lawyer, tell me how large language models are going to impact that career choice. I don't want them to find out about coding when they are in their 4th year of university. So we run a number of programs, and what's important is we've got a Think Big space here at this facility, the headquarters of South Africa. And this is one of 92 Think Big spaces globally for AWS, but it's the only one in Africa. And how we've run it is that teachers come here and they learn the skills to take back to their communities. What's important is that the kids that then choose these career choices are able to go back into their communities, and they're able to apply for bursaries that we offer. They also are able to apply for bursaries that others offer as well. But because the mathematics and science outcomes are changing, they're not just applying for non-maths or non-core technology careers. They're applying for core technology. We also encourage them to say, if you want to be an entrepreneur, that's okay too. But how are you going to be an entrepreneur in technology? And so they're being opened up to the world of robotics and science and maths at a much younger age, and they're not finding out about the future and tomorrow when they're already 18 years old. They find this out when they're 6 and 7 years old or much younger. And that's important to us because this country needs to grow. The young people are the ones that will lead us. They need to be ahead of the curve. And these programs, or programs such as Tangible, are part of the greater future that ensures that our young people are ahead of the curve. So Ryan, well done and congratulations for tonight. And Amazonians, thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to continue to do this kind of work. I think that's all I have to say for tonight.
Thank you, well done, awesome. Thank you, Nomzamo. What an inspiring speech, and I think we haven't had many encounters, but every time I've seen her, spoken to her, you can't help but have awe for the commitment, awe for the willingness to just get involved and see what needs to be done and, pull her weight. So thank you, Nomzamo. We appreciate you, and we look forward to the journey ahead. Let's clap one more time.